I might run out of memory before I can finish this. So I was reminded today about a movie. That movie, Beautiful Mind, the mathematician John Nash, and they labeled him as schizophrenic, right? But I don't think he probably was. I think he was normal, and they just didn't understand him. He was seeing some kind of code, everywhere, and everything is coded. What his problem was, probably, he just didn't have anything to stabilize him. When you see the code, it's so mesmerizing. It's like when you fall in love with a woman. You're just you're mesmerized. Eventually things calm down, but the code, when you're learning what this place is, it might take you 10 years to decode it, and you're just totally focused on it. And you need a job or you need something to keep you stable, because if you don't stay stable, you will go crazy. And he was, I don't know if the movie's true or not, but evidently he was a math teacher, and he just went in his spare time, he was just decoding something. He thought they labeled it as he was schizophrenic, and he had thought the Russians are sending code. But a lot of people, when they first see the code, they'll say all roads lead to Rome. What I'm telling you is important. What I'm saying here is very important. All codes lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. No, all roads lead to Jesus. All roads lead to the truth. Everything right in front of you is hidden code. The A-frame over those doors, everything is coded. Stop sign, the green sign. I was raised over here. When I was a kid, I knew this street like the back of my hand, but I didn't see all the code like I see it now. It's all coded. And if you got let's say, I think in that movie, his wife, they tried to put him in a crazy house, and I think his wife said, "Nah, I'll take care of him." But he wasn't crazy. They put him on medicine. See, if you let them put you on medicine, and you see the code as clear as all get out, they'll mess you up. And it happens to even save people. You get born again, and your family, in-laws, and family, they're not saved. They try to lock you up, call you crazy if you can see deeper than the average person. And it's real. I've talked to quite a few people that their family thought they got saved. They tried to lock them up. I've talked to sisters in Christ, preachers, brothers in Christ. They think you're crazy if you get saved. And then if you see the code, they really think you're crazy. Even the saved people think you're crazy. Even though it only makes sense that all this is pointing back to the cross. It's a story. You're in a three-dimensional storyline. So what happened was, he saw some code. His comrades called him crazy. His wife said, no, he's not crazy. But a code can take you down a rabbit hole. I've seen it. I've seen the esoteric people go down a rabbit hole to no return. But if they would have just held their Bible as their litmus test, it would have protected them. It would have saved them. They would have been pulled back out of the rabbit holes. They'll go down gematria. They'll go down Essenes. They'll go down New Age. They'll go down all these codes. There's code there, yeah. But without that Bible, you will go crazy. You will go insane. And even with the Bible, you're on the edge of insanity. The edge of, I did a video on it a while back. The edge of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember the name of the video, but it was like the edge of madness. That's what it was. You're on the edge of madness. All these dashes, all these light posts, all these trees, all this is coded. Black, white, and red is coded. The merge. It's an emergency that you merge. NC. It's an emergency. It's all coded. You're in a simulation. This is not even real. It's a projection. It's a dream. It's a hologram. You think it, it'll appear. If you are saved and you say, Lord, I need this, it's going to appear. You just step into it. It's all real. I told somebody that worked yesterday. I said, let me tell you something, because she's a lot younger than me. I've worked with her for many years, and she's been going through struggles about jobs and this, that, and the other, or whatever. She's like 22 or something, and we talk. She knows I'm not crazy. You know, she worked at another location, and I said, he's crazy. She came and talked to me. She said, I realized they thought you were crazy, but you're not crazy. You're a sane mind. You got more sense than they got. Exactly. I'm trying to bring people back to normal. And so I told her yesterday, I said, let me tell you a secret from an older person. Let me tell you a secret. She said, okay. I said, all you have to do is pray about it. And when it appears, and it will appear, just step into it. And she went like ecstatic crazy. She said, you won't believe. Yesterday I was watching a video, just step into it. Exactly. Pray about it. Wait for it to appear. Step into it. And she said, you just gave me my answer. Exactly. Because that's the way this whole thing works. You don't even have to do anything. You just pray and it's going to appear. Lord, I need a job. Pray about it. Open up the paper, open up the internet. There's the job. Right there in your face. Just step into it. Lord, I need a wife. It might take some cycles. It might even take 2 years. Just wait. Stay busy while you're, get out of debt and all that. And then all of a sudden she appears. You just step into it. Lord, I need to be healed with my knees bother me or something. Pray about it. A video about it will show up on your phone. You watch the video. You do what the doctor says. And you heal your knee. I've done that so many times you don't even know. The keto diet pretty much saved my life and made me strong. Feel like I'm 20 years younger. Keto diet. I wouldn't believe that sugar makes you weak. Sugar makes you weak. I can outwork people 30 years younger than me. I can work 18-hour days and not even be tired yet because I figured out the secret. I know the secret. Cut back sugar, extra virgin olive oil, MCT oil, omega-3s, and fasting and water. No sodas. When you fast, your eyes get sharper, you get stronger, and experiment with some other stuff too. But my point is, pray about it. He says ask, seek, and knock. That's what he said. If you believe it, but in faith, believe it. Ask, seek, and knock. And when it appears, step into it. If you don't step into it, it'll appear again. Step into it again. If you don't, it'll appear again. You just keep, because his mercies are new every day. It keeps appearing until you finally say, oh, I just need to step into it. She was shocked. She was shocked that I said the very video she was watching yesterday, some kind of song or something, stepping into it or something. I said, that's all you have to do. Just pray about it. It'll appear. Just rest. Relax. You don't even have to do anything. I need to make $10,000 more dollars. I need to get a job that makes 10 more thousand. Pray about it. Make sure you're not just spending foolishly. But if you need it, a second job might appear or a better job will appear. You have to ask, seek, and knock. You have to, when it appears, let's say you're signed up with Indeed or something, and I need that second job, or I need to make more. And you start to scroll through Indeed, and there it is. Oh, Lord, I need to move. Lord, I need this. Lord, I need to increase my credit score. I was thinking that like a long time ago, and I was at work one day. I was thinking, I need to fix my credit score bad. And some person was living on site where I was working, and they said, have you ever heard of blah, blah, blah? It was Credit Karma. You ever heard of Credit Karma? No, what's that? Just follow Credit Karma and your credit score will go up. Within a year, I went from 540 to like 750. A year later, almost 800, right at 800. It was like this. It was like exponential, then it leveled off, and then I learned how it worked, and then I know how it works. It's easy to get up to 800 now that you know how it works. So you follow what they say and you do it, and then you study it and you learn how it works, and you can keep your credit score about 800. If you just want to work and start paying off some debt. You don't have to be debt free really, because you can. I can't tell you the tricks. You just have to follow it. You just have to follow it. Pray about it. Somebody will say something. A video will show up. You might even have a dream about it. It might be a vision, but something's going to appear to show you the way to go, and just step into it for real. But I don't know if that movie was accurate to the true story, but I'm pretty sure that he probably wasn't crazy. He just went down a rabbit hole, and he didn't use the scripture as his source, because any type of code is going to point back to the cross, the lamb slain before the foundation of the world. This concrete driveway, this sign, SIGN, look it up. What does that mean? Sign of the cross. But you need something. If you're going to go do research like that, you need something to stabilize you, because it will mess you up. It will mess you up. Like I say, if you see past 3 dimensions, it's more addictive. And that's why Paul in the Bible, he says, I would rather depart from this place, but it's better for me to stay here. I would rather depart. He knew how to leave, but it's better for me to stay here. For the church. Encoded in the Bible's deeper esoteric stuff, right there, as you're reading it, the whole truth is in every sentence, every chapter, every word, every symbol, every shape. The whole truth is right there. And the whole truth is right there. The whole truth is right there. No matter where you look, it's the same truth. But you have to be able to see it. And it takes so much work. Most people will never get there. But that's all right. You're saved by faith. You don't have to see it. Just have faith, you know. Just have faith. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Pretty good. Number 1, add bacon.
Do you want just a sandwich or the meal?
Want the meal, number 1, add bacon, large tea, half and half, sweet, unsweet, extra ice.
So we run out of large carbs.
You're what?
We're not out of large carbs.
Okay, that's cool. Medium's fine.
Just an extra ice?
Yes.
All right. Any sauces?
No.
Is that all for you?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1 meal, add bacon, a medium, half and half tea, extra ice. Can I have your name?
Ronald.
All right, your total is $10.90. Top on the screen. You're good to go.
Okay. I don't know what was wrong with his voice, but he needs to get his voice right. You need to go do some push-ups or something. Anyway, long story short, this whole thing is coded. And they will call you crazy if you see it. And so you need the best way to do this, if somebody out there is starting to decode. You need a job that's monotonous, because your mind will be thinking all day about the code. And let's say you're doing a job where you're just picking up trash. See that trash over there? Why ain't these people going to pick that trash up? If I was the manager, I'd say, what's that trash doing over there? But you need a monotonous job so your mind can be thinking, and you need no distractions. And so you need a job that you don't have to think about it. You just do it, and it's so easy that you don't even think about it, and you can keep your mind on code. It's really real, people. It's real. What I've learned lately, though, is there's a time and place for everything. But when you're really enthralled with it, you're so focused on it. It's such a strong love to see past this place. It's like when you first meet somebody, it's overpowering. But the thing about the code, the 5 dimensions, is it lasts a lifetime. It's a high. Let me say something important right here. Hold on a second. When you see into the spirit realm, it's a high so high it makes marijuana, drinking, and all, or even if somebody's on cocaine or something. I've never taken it, but it would make that look like a joke. It's a joke. This whole place is cartoon land. And so when you see that it's all cartoon land, and somebody says, let's go get high, you're like, that's a joke. That's like going down. It's a high so high that the 3D anything in the 3D won't even approach it. It's impossible to approach it. It's impossible. I got a feeling this is getting ready to cut off. I think I got a phone call coming in. When you hit this 5D, it's so high above this place. When you start to tell people really what's going on, you can actually project your thoughts. You can actually heal yourself. You can actually use your mind to create a bubble around yourself that nobody even sees you. I mean, it's not like a real bubble. It's just something. You can manipulate this reality with your thoughts. I know I say that sounds crazy, but it's real. You know, it's real. It's such high level synchronicity that you ask yourself, what's going on? Every time I say something, it's right there. What is going on? Because you're outside of time. Time is just a cycle, but every moment is the now. And when you step outside of time, what happens? It's instant synchronicity. It's all instantaneous. The spirit realm is so high above this realm that nothing compares to it. But you're still down here, and your human body needs this place. And so it's like, okay, all right, I'll hang out down here till it's time to go. You don't even need to eat. You get to a point where you don't even need to eat. I took a 5-hour drive last weekend. I ate a third of a Subway sandwich and drank water. I didn't even have to stop at the bathroom. You're in such a state that it's so beyond this place. This place don't even hold a candle to it. And so they've had if that's a true story, they said, oh, he was schizophrenic. No, he wasn't schizophrenic. He was just seeing past the 3 dimensions. He was just seeing past it. That's all. But you need something to hold you in. You need a job, a person, a thing. You need something to do to hold you down here, because you will go crazy. But when it's all said and done, this place is cut, turn, union, and flow. That's this whole, everything that you do. I don't care if I'm driving, I don't care if I'm eating, I don't care if I'm moving. It's cut, turn, union, flow. That's everything, period. And it would take you 7 years to see it. But I mean, I can explain it really easy, but most people will not look up the etymology and do the work, you know. I didn't even, when I first started, I had no idea what I was seeing, but step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept, I got there slowly but surely. I got there by the grace of God. Had a car wreck. I've seen this street so many times. This is the most boring trip I've ever had right here. It's the same stuff over and over. But it's kind of dangerous too. If you really get into it, it's really dangerous. You better have some good intestinal fortitude to endure it, because you're going to have some resistance. You're going to have resistance like you ain't never seen. Not only are you going to have three-dimensional resistance from family and friends, they'll even call you crazy, but you're going to have spiritual resistance from the devil and the esoterics and the witches and the warlocks and the military and everything under the sun. Because they don't want you to see it, because once you see the whole pie, you become whole. You approach more and more wholeness. Complete, whole, holographic truth. And every human has a holographic mind. It's really easy to understand. I can use my holographic mind. I look at that Coliseum Boulevard sign. I don't have to look at the other side, but because I have a holographic mind, and you do too, what's on the other side of that sign? The same words written this way. Let's go over and see. Let's see. I don't have to see it to know it. So you do it with your imagination, and it's a three-dimensional projection. You can see it in your mind's eye. Look. Yep, there it is. That's the holographic mind. You can see your living room from where you're right here. You can see your dining room, your kitchen. You can see from right here, and you're not even at the house, but you know what your living room looks like. You don't have to be there. That means if you could see it in your mind's there, you're already there. So there's no space, there's no time. It's all happening now. If I could see my living room right now, but I'm not even there, I might as well be there, because I could see it in my mind's eye. And I don't even have to go to in that person's house, and I can pretty much see what that room looks like. I might not know the exact furniture, but there's a limited amount of furniture out there for sale. And I can imagine what it looks like in there. Because most of the houses have the same kind of sheetrock and the same wall and all that. Look at that. If somebody needed a shelf, look. That was cracked though. But stuff just appears out of nowhere. If you go over to the rich side of town, they'll be throwing nice cabinets out on the street and everything remodeled. It all has to appear. Here's something that I've never talked about. Let me tell you why people get mesmerized with these tarot card readers. They throw their cards down. Well, I sense they tell a story, right? Well, there's nothing new, right? So even any story that they tell, and it has all these different parts to it, somebody's going to resonate with this part, this part, this part, this part. Let's say the story is 30 minutes long. Somebody's going to resonate with each little part, and they're going to say, oh, she's a prophetess, or she's a fortune teller, because she did this 30-minute dialogue, and they resonated with this. Oh, and they'll do it each day, and they'll throw the cards down, and there's going to be part of her message that you resonate with. Somebody at work has somebody who's mad at them. Well, yeah, you got to go to work every day, and yeah, usually somebody's mad at you. So they're just telling a story, and yeah, that happens a lot. Somebody goes to work and somebody's mad at them. I could mimic the terror. I could make up a story. I could use AI to create a story and say, oh, well, this card said this. And I could do a 30-minute dialogue, and I could get 1 million views and making up just a story because it's going to resonate with somebody out there. Each little piece of that story is going, as long as the story is like flowing and it has a lot of different elements. So they're not psychic. It might resonate with you. It might give you cold chills, and it might make you cry. But it's because it's just a story, just like watching a movie makes you cry. The palm readers create a storyline, and you could do it with any. You don't need cards. You could just write some letters on this and say that you could tear this into pieces. Say letter A stands for the bird over there. Letter B stands for that telephone pole. Letter C, and you can shuffle it, mix it, and tell a story based on tearing it off of here. And somebody will say, oh, that resonates with me, and it makes me feel so good. Oh, I think you're speaking to me. You're speaking directly to me. See how stupid it is? See how easy it is to decode them? If you go to the theater with 5 people, each person watching the same movie, different parts of the movie resonates with them. See how easy it is to fool the masses if you wanted to, and get rich if you didn't have a conscience? I could turn this bag into little squares and write a number, and it relates to a certain thing on the other side. I'd pull it and flip it, and I create a storyline just talking. So let's say the number 1 represented a tree. So I was watching this tree the other day, and what is that tree saying to the universe? And then let's unfold the number 3 and see, oh, that represents birds. That tree is just there to serve birds. So how does that apply in your life? There's something solid in your life that's there to serve you. So go ahead and make a nest in that solid thing in your life, and that's what you're called to do. I just did the tarot reading based on a fictional story, and that probably resonates with somebody because I said there's a tree, there's something solid, and so that's what you make your nest in because that situation is solid. And you're going to sit there and say, oh, he's speaking to me because I got something solid here, and that's where I want to put my nest. Wake up time. Those tarot people, they're manipulating you. I just showed you. I can make my own tarot cards and come up with a storyline. Well, that tree's solid. So that bird, I pulled up the bird. I pulled up the tree here, and I pulled up the bird here. Oh, that bird needs to make a nest in that tree. And so in your life, you need to make a nest in whatever's solid in your life, and just stay there and build a nest there and base it on something solid instead of something fickle. I just created my own tarot cards by imagination, tearing a piece and making a number relate to a object and telling a storyline. And you're sitting there thinking, yes, I need something solid to build my nest on. That spoke to me. It literally spoke to me as I said it. You can only build your house on something solid, right? The bird's going to build a nest on a solid tree, not on a little bush over there that's moving like this. So I used a fake tarot card to tell a story that resonates with something in your soul, and you're going to say, oh, he's a prophet. No, because it resonates with everybody. Come on now. It's time to wake up, people. Wake up. You know all things. You know the game. I just showed you the game. They're fake. It's all about them making money and making you feel, using your money, making you feel good. It's all about money. They're trying to survive. As long as they put on the right clothing and the right makeup and the right hairdo and the right background, and they tell a story, it's going to resonate with 1 million people because everybody's in the same cut, turn, union, flow reality. You need a solid foundation to build your nest in. Oh, thank you. That resonates with me. Let me make a comment. You're the best palm reader in the planet. Because every time I come here, I get a feeling, and they just tell new stories. I made that on the fly, but it should resonate with you. You need a foundation, solid foundation to build your nest on. Everybody knows that. They're messing with you, people. They're messing with you. It's sad. It's really sad.